Okay. Woo! It's a little chilly out. So, something I decided I wanted to do is I want to take down my Christmas lights. You can kind of see them. They're not really hillbilly hung, but they just have lights around my house. And it's January and Christmas is over, so I'm going to take them off. But while we're doing that, I'm going to try and talk to you about this guy right here. This is the DJI Osmo Nano 3. Or no, it's not even a number. It's just the Osmo Nano. It's this tiny, eeny-beeny little action cam type thing. And I want to see cool different shots we can do with it. I've been using it for a little bit. And it's neat. The mounts that it has is like this hat mount that you had it on at the beginning of the video. You saw me walk down to get the tub for my Christmas lights that's in the basement, which I left in the house, so I need to go back and get. But it also comes with a necklace mount that I'm wearing currently that you can put it right there, which we can take a look what that looks like doing the chest POV right now. This is POV from using the neck bracelet. So it's pretty decent. You can use it to like get shots of your hands walking around, kind of like a first-person shooter scenario. This is the little mount that comes with it, so that you can actually, it's the actual screen for the unit, so you can actually see what it looks like and frame up your shot when you are wearing it like this. And it has magnets in it, so we can even stick it to things. Like right now, it's sticking to my garage, and I can have a first-person POV with the camera and use the screen to line it up. The only little thing that I don't like about this that I found out today is that you can pair the DJI mic to it, which mine is somewhere on my hat, but it's connected to my camera. But if you have a mic connected to the camera and then you disconnect the camera like this, you do not get visual from the screen. It can only do the camera, it can only do the mic, and you'll be able to see the shot when the physical camera, the physical screen is actually attached to the camera. So if I wanted to leave it attached, like right now, you can't see it, but I just attached it. So here, we'll go. So here you can see, like, I attached the screen back to the camera as it's magnetic to the side of the garage. But so if you were to do it like this, you could have the mic on there and then use a mic with the Osmo Nano. But you can't have it handheld mode, like so. See, there's the screen, and use a mic and still get audio or visual, which I personally think that's really annoying. But also what I want to try and figure out is how far you can go with this receiver before it stops transmitting to the camera. So we're going to try that out. So I'm walking across my yard right now just to see how far I can get before this stops transmitting. Right now you can still see me, and I'll cut to a view of the little camera. I actually didn't pay attention to see if you could still see me. Here, we'll try it again. So it's still broadcasting, and I'm quite a ways away from my garage. So we'll keep walking and see how far we get. Update, I was gonna try and go across the street and do it that way, but I put this in my pocket and put my camera down for a minute because a car went by and I didn't want to look like a weirdo. But the screen just shut off. So here I am, and then there is the garage where the camera is currently mounted. And so I'm almost to the road. That's a good, probably, I don't know. Here, hold on. We can get this figured out. Update. I quit flipping the screen the wrong way. I went back inside to grab that tub I forgot, and I got a pair of gloves because it's very cold outside. Also, another revelation that I came to when I was doing that with the screen and the camera and trying to walk away. So the screen definitely shut off when I got to the road, but the actual camera, when I walked back up to the garage, the light was still red. So I'll have to review the footage, but there's a possibility that while I walked all the way over there, the camera was still recording. It's just the screen shut off, and I don't know if it was just due to it being too far away, or it's like you didn't touch the screen in a while, so we're gonna shut it off. But we're just gonna say that's the shut off distance for the screen right now. And maybe on another day, I'll do more tests when it's not stupid cold outside. But I went in my garage, I grabbed a measuring wheel, and I'm gonna measure from this corner where I had the camera mounted over to the road where I was walking and see what it is. Okay, so wheel set to 0. So we're gonna walk over there and see what the final measurement is. It's about here where we were standing, and I have to do this fast because I can hear a car coming. What is that? 170 on the dot. Wow, would you believe that? 170 on the dot. That's 170 feet. I'm not converting that to meters because I live in America and I don't feel like it right now because it's just too cold. But 170 feet before the actual screen shut off from the camera. So you can get a decent amount of shots and decent amount with the camera and shoot quite a bit and like be hands-free and not worry about where the camera is set up. So that's pretty neat. But let's get on with trying to get the Christmas lights down because it is cold outside. Originally, I was gonna stick this to the ladder and take the ladder outside with the camera, but the ladder's aluminum, so the camera doesn't stick to it, which kind of sucks. But it does stick to my metal roof, so that's pretty neat. Couldn't reach the extension cord that I had up there for the lights. Is this all probably taking a little longer because I feel the need to videotape it? Most definitely. Will it be a cool video? I hope so. Taking these down is always easier than taking them off. Also, by no means, people, don't try this at home. This is probably not the way you're supposed to take down your lights, but I'm lazy. I'm hoping that might work a little better for me here, just the way I have them all in there, but I guess we'll find out. This is definitely not good for your Christmas lights. Ah! Oh, dang it! I told you that was gonna come back and bite me. I just want to preface this with saying, please don't try any of this at home. I am by no means a safety professional. I'm just a dude with a ladder and some lights that I want to get down because Christmas is over. I lost the lights on the other side where I can't reach it. So now we're going to come to this side and try very gently to get the lights down. This time, I'm gonna attempt to be a little more gentle, just because I don't want to get Christmas lights stuck up there. There we go. That worked out a little better. My wife is upstairs in that room right now, I think. She's probably looking at me like, what the heck are you doing, Tanner? Oh, there was a gutter clip that I left up there. But that's okay, because I think that one got left up there last year. Nope. Not gonna work the way I wanted to. Okay. Christmas lights are down. I did not record the rest of my Christmas lights because it probably wasn't the safest way, but I got them on the ground. Golden. Okay, so that's the bag for my gutter clips. Those are just extra bulbs, which I think I'll just put in the bag. So now I just gotta go and pick up all my lights. You know, I was trying to set up the camera for this next one, and I definitely stepped on some of the lights. So if some of them don't work next year, I'm gonna be very mad at myself, and I'm gonna wonder what the heck happened that some of my lights don't work. And then I'm gonna remember this video and look back on it and be like, oh yeah, I took down my lights like an idiot. But that's a problem for future Tanner. Present Tanner is just happy that he got his Christmas light down. So back to talking about the Osmo Mini. I like it. It's a neat little camera. I find it, I had action cams before. I had a GoPro, I had a Hero 9, and I didn't really use it a whole bunch, and so I sold it. Actually, I kept it for a while, and eventually I got a Insta360 Ace Pro. And then I sold my GoPro after I got the Insta360. Actually, if you go back on the channel, there's a video that I did late in 2024. It's called Creating Good Habits. It was one of the many videos I've made over the years that it was like my version of a I'm back video after I didn't make videos for a while. And then after I did that one to when I started now again, I'm not doing that anymore because that's silly. Keep doing it over and over. I feel like that's repetitive. But in that video, I was talking just about how I wanted to make good habits and keep doing things, kind of the same song and dance I've been saying for years. When eventually my life gets busy, or I don't feel creative for an extended period of time, and I just don't make videos for a while. But that one, the moral of that story, that one, I shot a lot of that video with the Ace Pro action cam, and I may have said that in that video that I shot it with the Ace Pro. But just the problem that I've had with action cams that I've had over the years, I just don't use them as much as I would use my regular camera. Gonna be honest with you, this camera that I'm shooting with, my Sony ZV-1, this is the most that I've probably used it since I bought it, which is good. It's good that I'm used it enough to the point that I decided to buy some batteries off Amazon today, because I only have the one, and when you record lots of videos with it, the battery don't last very long. But that being said, as for action cams, I don't know if the Osmo Mini, or the Osmo Nano, I'm sorry, not the Mini, I would classify it as an action cam because it's to get those shots that you wouldn't necessarily use your regular camera for. Like, you're not gonna wear this to go, you're not gonna take your expensive camera, like I'm not gonna take my ZV-1, or if you have like an A7S III, there's the camera screen shutting off. You're not gonna take those out like dirt biking or off-roading or any outdoor activity like that, but you would take an action cam that is meant for some of that stuff. So that is, I guess there's a market for it, and so part of the reason that I'm making this video is, one, talk about the camera, two, use the camera for something that I think is pretty neat, and three, just I needed to take my Christmas lights down and I wanted to make a video outside. But the problem with wanting to be outside right now is that it's January and it's cold outside. But I'm gonna get this cleaned up and find all the gutter clips that I dropped on the ground, and then we'll go inside to talk about the rest of this. Because also, as I mentioned about batteries, battery on this is dying. So see you in a second. I had to jump back inside. It was getting cold outside and the cameras were all dying. But just to kind of round out this video, I want to give you some of the specs off of the Osmo Nano, just to kind of put it in perspective for you. It is a 1.3-inch sensor, CMOS sensor. It has a 143-degree field of view. It has Rocksteady 3.0 stabilization. Not sure what that means, but you get the picture. It does max resolution at 4K at 60 FPS. It is a 35 megapixel resolution camera. It shoots in JPEG and in RAW, so you can use RAW as well. The internal storage of the actual camera, which is the actual device, this little guy. This you can get either in 64 gig or 128. The one that I have is a 64 gig. The screen, you can put a micro SD card in here up to 1 terabyte. I don't know if you try to put anything more than that, if it'll actually work. Couldn't tell you. I think I have like a 256 or 128 in mine. And then the battery life is the camera is about 90 minutes, approximately 200 minutes with the dock. I'm going to come in and say that that is not true. I've gotten maybe, I don't know, an hour at most out of this camera. And then the dock battery life isn't super long. And the other thing that I've noticed with it too is I don't know if I said it in this video, but I think I said it in my backpack video when I was talking about this camera. Maybe. I could be wrong. I have one of the mounts that comes with it is a suction cup mount that has a 1/4 head that mounts onto it, like you could put on a tripod. I have that in my car, and sometimes I'll use this as like a dash cam mount. And when I do that, I'll put this kind of in the cup holder and plug it in. A lot of times this doesn't like to charge while the camera is being used. Maybe that's just a me thing that I've discovered. I don't know, but just so you know. So that would be kind of the only gripe that I have with this thing, and just the fact that you cannot use the screen separated from the actual unit if you want to attach one of your mics to the camera so that you can get mic'd up audio. That I find kind of annoying. And then what else was on here that I was going to tell you guys? Oh, the camera itself. So again, that's this unit. It is waterproof up to 10 meters, which is approximately 33 feet. And then the dock is IPX4 rated. So it is rated for water, but not for dust. So take with that what you will. Overall thoughts on the DJI Osmo Nano. I do like it. Sometimes I find myself having to find reasons to use it, but when I do, it does very well for what I want it to do. So I already talked about the gripes. The biggest complaint that I have with it is just the mic thing. That could be just a me issue. It could be a bug issue. I don't know, because I don't actually know anybody else that has this camera to pick their brain about it. But with that being said, that's all I got in this video. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. Let me know. Do you have an Osmo Nano? Are you looking to buy one? And did this either help you get over that hump of making that decision, or if you're still on the fence? Let's talk about it. And for that, all I have to say is I hope you all stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.